Guys, I just wanted to talk to you guys today about feelings. Feelings. Um, I can joke about it all I want, but when it comes to actually dealing with them, it's pretty difficult. So I just wanted to kind of talk it out, It's the best way to kind of get through things. Sucks. Want to kind of give you foundation of where I came from to see that happens, just like brain lapse, like nothing, just blank. I wanted to give you guys a foundation or an idea of where I came from and why it's so difficult now to feel shit. Okay, when I was 13 years old, I was getting these crying spells and stuff, and I would just cry out of nowhere with this deep sadness inside of me. Didn't understand why, didn't understand anything. Cry. So my family sent me to a therapist that they had a recommendation of. So I had my first therapy appointment at 13. That didn't last very long because I felt like that therapist didn't like me. Around that time, I got prescribed when I was 14, I got on antidepressants because they just found out I had depression. So I was dealing with that. So at a very young age, I was on antidepressants. 15 was pretty rough. I was discovering that I was actually gay. I came out at 14 to a few friends, 13 to a few friends. 14, I was living it, trying to feel how that was at school. Around 15, my family ended up catching on through other people telling them, and then they all kind of found out by talking to each other about it. I was still going through bouts of depression, and then I would have random mood swings, and then I was just going through a lot of stuff, whether it was puberty or just discovering about myself, about my attraction towards females, and dealing with that in real life and having to live like that or live with that in middle school and high school, and that's just was not fun for me at those times. When I was 16, I got put on more medication after I had my first stint in a mental hospital. I got put on medications because I was diagnosed for bipolar mixed, anxiety, and depression. Fun cocktail of pills there. That continued on through many a different episode and many a different situation. Oh, that doesn't work, let me prescribe you something else. You're not feeling anything from this? Let's up the dosage. You're concerned about being on several different medications? Well, these are all going to help you. I was probably... Backstreet Boys are playing. I was probably on a mix of 8 different medications at one point, and up till this date, I've probably seen over 25 different therapists or psychologists, psychiatrists. Whether that being I was too young or I aged out. After I was 18, I wasn't part of youth part anymore, so I had to go to the adult program, and I didn't have insurance for that, so that was back and forth, being on medication for so long, and then maybe a few weeks or a month without it just because I couldn't find someone to get me some. Just a frenzy of numbness and side effects and weight gain and weight loss and weird body muscle spasms, and I would fall asleep standing up with some of my medication. I would fall asleep in mid-conversation. I would sleep all day long because of some of my medication that was helping my anxiety when really it was making me not a person. July of 2012, I stopped taking medication permanently. Although at the time I couldn't even afford it, so that was a big kicker to start off. I decided after a few weeks of not being on it and not knowing where to get some for, insurance purposes or money, how expensive they were for all these different medications I was on. Leading up to it, I was starting to feel lost. I mean, throughout the whole thing, I was lost, but I really was like, who the fuck am I? What do I want? How come I can't tell these people that I really do feel this way? How come I can't show my friends and family that I do give a shit, even though this doesn't express it? It was pretty flat all of the time. I was yearning to come out and be me, and be this, and be in the world. So, I have not been on medication since July 2012, and since that time, I've had to feel shit. I've been numbed. I was numbed from 13 to 21, just before my 22nd birthday. That's a lot of years. That's your growing stage, from puberty to knowing who you are, figuring out what you like about yourself, figuring out what you don't like about whatever. Growing. It's a whole growing section of your life that I didn't fully get to experience, and so now I'm fully experiencing all of these things, and I got bombarded with memories that I suppressed over the years, and I got bombarded with feelings and bombarded with things that I repressed even as a child, and I would like zone out and just like a flash of memory, like That's So Raven kind of status, like just overwhelming feelings. Although that's been very difficult and I have to deal with that shit every day, my mind is still my mind, and I still have to go through all of these symptoms or my disorders or whatever the fuck I'm struggling with. No feat is strong enough to get me back on medication. I've done so much with my life since I've been off medication. It's a joke. I am so anti-numbing. I'm so anti. Here, we don't really know how to solve it, but take a pill and you'll be fine. Call me in the morning. That's not okay. That's what majority of our society is doing, and some of my friends and family are still stuck in this rut, and it kills me. So I have to talk. I have to be a voice. I have to feel. And recently I've been feeling a whole lot of fun emotions. Really positive emotions, but nonetheless really intense, and I don't know how to live. I don't know what to do. It's like, whoa, what's happening? Oh my gosh, that's making me happy. What do I do with this happiness? I don't know. So I've, from years of knowing my body, knowing to suppress everything, numb everything, shut everything, push everything in. I've been doing that. I'm in therapy right now, trying to learn how to allow myself to feel those emotions and allow myself to know it's okay to be happy. So whether negative or positive, I still. And then the smallest thing, like spilling mustard on my shirt, or stubbing my toe, or my dog didn't give me as much affection this morning as I wanted to give her. She seemed a little, sleepy or something and annoyed and wanted to go away. I'll start bawling. Stupidest stuff. The hot water doesn't turn on in the morning. Start crying. Bleh. Emotions. Emotions. And sometimes it's a mix of I just want to cry and laugh and scream and at the same time. I don't know what the fuck to do. And something really tremendous is happening in my life right now, and it's causing me to have all these feelings and really, really intense feelings inside. I'm so fucking happy with my life right now. And even that is pretty difficult. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. Fuck, what do I do? But that tremendous thing in my life right now, I will address in another video. Because y'all don't got time for this. 10 minutes and 30 seconds into it, and I feel like I'm just rambling. But I just need to talk. My videos aren't going to be structured in the way I want them to be. They're just going to be me rambling because I have to talk. I have to get it off my chest. This is how I process things. I talk about them. And even though it's rambling and saying the same thing over and over, this is what's good for me, so I don't really care. Gonna go now. 3, 2, 1. Peace.